My name is Şadi Dinlenç. I'm a retired mechanical engineer after about 50 years of service in engineering. I currently represent a large NGO group in Turkey called KASTOB, which in translation means Black Sea Region NGOs, a union of Black Sea Region NGOs in Turkey. I feel very privileged to be the United Nations representative of KASTOB. KASTOB has a specialty consultant level in United Nations, and their application was made to the United Nations for the status at 2007, and it was accepted at 2008. For the last 2-3 years, they have not been active in the UN so far, but I am determined that I will be quite active in representing this particular NGO confederation or union of Black Sea NGOs called KASTOB at the United Nations. I must say that there are not that many abuses or discrimination problems for elderly in Turkey for two reasons. One at government level, other one is the social level. At government level, Turkish government have long been able to provide retirement salaries or income for the elderly, as well as free medical treatment and hospital facilities for their use when they become ill. So the illness or health issues for the elderly in Turkey are rather covered very well. And the social security income provided by the government or the companies they work for, although not very large in sum, still something for them to go by. At social level, the position of the elderly in Turkey or aged people in Turkey are rather unique in that the society, the members of the society have been raised with the mandate that young people should respect and help the elderly. This is a profound tradition in Turkish society, also suggested and implied by the religion of Islam. Therefore, there is quite a large tendency and foundation of respect for elderly. I must say that this doesn't mean that there is 100% absolute protection of the elderly in Turkey. I'm sure there are individual cases where elderly people are discriminated, forgotten, or neglected, but certainly not abused. There are certain things that young people may do or should do or can do, and there are certain things that elderly, aged people should do or may do. There's a famous anecdote that I like quite a bit. It has a touch of sarcasm to it. They say, "I have forgotten more than you know." It's a famous anecdote that I like very much. And in case of elderly people, this anecdote actually holds quite a bit of truth in it. As people age, they have a tendency to forget things. Therefore, they may not be suitable for employment at any and every level. But certainly there are things that they may do, such as advocacy or mentorship programs are quite suitable for them because the needs of such programs are not rigorous. Elderly people can mentor young people or middle-aged people, for that matter, with their experiences and knowledge that they have accumulated throughout their lives. But they should not be expected to do the same performance level in work site or workplace as the middle-aged or the young age people. With you, age discrimination I personally witnessed once in my life myself. I was in Ankara, capital of Turkey, around year 2000 or so for 2-3 years on business. And one day I saw a newspaper advertisement for a course, free course in Black Sea dancing called Horon, where I come from originally. And I wanted to go to this course and pick up this Horon dance after maybe 60 years of living in it or witnessing it, enjoying it and watching it performed. I was about 60 years old at that time when I made a phone call to apply for the free course of Horon dancing. The young man at the other end of the phone must have understood from my voice how old I was, and he started laughing about my application, that I was too old for that kind of dancing. I must admit that Horon dancing is very quick, very rhythmic, and very fast stepping, as well as body movements and arm movements. I felt like a fool to apply to learn dance at that age of 60, for a very demanding dance like Horon. So I changed my mind and withdrew my application. Well, UN is at an excellent position to come up or pass binding resolutions applicable to all the nations in the world in protection of the elderly. In order to gain this momentum throughout the world, political will must be created, as well as public awareness has to be created. The public has to be educated about this. After all, as one of the NGOs on the subject has said, aging is a matter of time, meaning we will get aged and old one day. Everybody will get aged one day. If it is me today, it is you tomorrow. So therefore, there has to be a respect for the elderly, for all those services they have provided to the community, and knowledge they have created, and experiences they have forwarded to the well-being of the community in which they live. Thank you for your time.